felt like the complete opposite of cool. My definition of the word has evolved in the years I've lived. The person I once wanted to be was the popular girl in high school. The girl that was at the parties, the one that was at the beach with her friends every summer. Everything about them seemed perfect. Then it became the girls in sororities in college. The girls with all of the friends and the perfect boyfriend. The girls who seemed so self-assured and confident with thousands of likes and hundreds of comments on Instagram. They were also always in Europe every summer. By my definition of cool, I never was. I was working 2 jobs in college. Neither one of them was aesthetic or pretty. I was living at home. I couldn't afford going to the beach, let alone to Europe. The air around me reeked of a lack of self-assurance. I have adopted so many different personalities in my attempts to feel good about myself throughout my life. I joined a sorority. I would waste hours trying to create and get the perfect post on Instagram. I spent a lot of money on clothes that would only ever last a season and fall apart after one wash. I struggled a lot with wanting to feel good about myself while also trying to feel comfortable with who I was at present. I've always been a bit insecure. I surrounded myself with a sea of people who were always so confident, so I could shrink out of the spotlight. I hated being the center of attention. I tried therapy, and in each therapist I saw, they stated what I already knew. I was self-aware enough to identify the problem and the solution. It was a matter of me putting in the work to make changes. And for a long time, I didn't. As I said earlier, my definition of cool has evolved in the years I've lived. I started to ask myself, what even makes someone cool to me? I think the importance of establishing your self-identity plays a huge role in how you define the word. The girls I had looked up to, as such, had one thing in common: their inherent confidence in themselves and the world around them. They say comparison is the thief of all joy, and it truly is. I compared my life to theirs because they were and had been the standard, but no matter how hard I tried to recreate their lives in my own, I never felt better with myself. In the years that have passed, I focused on things that brought me joy, and subsequently, those things became cool to me. Social media played a huge role in how I perceived myself. It used to be extravagant vacations and the newest clothes, hundreds of comments on a post, thousands of likes. But over time, my worldview has changed, as it should the older you get. Now, some of the most incredible people I know in person are some of the coolest people I've ever met because they are so unapologetically and unequivocally themselves. They have hobbies and passions that they love to talk about. They welcome new experiences and new people in their circles. They are bold and self-assured because they are comfortable with who they are. They are not afraid to be seen trying. I'm having a very hard time getting into this book. It's my first ever read of Sally Rooney. I've never read one of her books before. I don't know, it's just, I can't get past the first chapter. I don't know. I'm trying. Every now and then someone will comment on one of my posts to tell me how cool they think I am. The joy in that compliment is that I'm no longer pretending to be someone other than me. I post these silly little videos not expecting a single soul to see them. It's like a visual diary. My biggest fear is to forget that I lived a life despite how uncool it can be at times. I don't have a million friends, but I have a few who are worth as much. I don't have the newest clothes or the most aesthetic job, but I'm happy with myself. Now I look at people I find to be cool with the reframed mindset. She's cool because she's cool, not because of the top she's wearing, or the apartment she lives in, or the job she has. By buying the same top or working the same job, I won't be like her. I will still be me. The struggle with self-identity is a lasting one. We are shaped by our personal experiences and social interactions to help us conceive who we are. And a person's assuredness in themselves is less objective than it is subjective. I am making myself some hot lemon water because according to Chinese medicine, you shouldn't have any cold beverages the week of your period. Crossing my fingers that I stay true to this for the remainder of the week because I have the worst cramps known to man. So cheers. At this point in my life, the 16-year-old me who desperately longed to feel like she could fit in, who desperately wanted to be cool, would look at 26-year-old me with stars in her eyes and an excitement for what was to come. My note to self is that just by existing, I am living a meaningful life.